My God. 17 all that.
Okay. We're gonna let head coach Ed Cooley open with a statement.
Well, you know, I mean, 2024 is complete, right? I've seen an enormous growth with our group. You know, we're a little nicked up over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Malik being down, coming back, we're happy to have him back. Jaden going down. But, you know, coming out of the holiday, we were a little rusty in the first half. I thought we made a lot of mistakes. We had back-to-back games. We had 19 plus turnovers, so that's something we're gonna have to identify as we get into Big East play. But overall, I thought our second half was the way we wanted to play. In transition, rebounding the ball, 3 double-doubles, which is really good. I don't care who you're playing against, right? We really challenged our guys defensively on the glass. I thought Fielder did a great job, Sorba did a great job, and Malik with 11 assists. That's, you know, if we can have that, I think it's going to give us a shot every night. And I continue to see growth in Caleb as he has been steady Eddie, right? You know, he does a lot of different things the stat sheet don't show, but it goes towards winning. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So we shortened our rotation up in the second half to get a little bit more chemistry and continuity, because we thought in the first half that slowed us down. It's a credit to the guys that were on the floor. But again, this is the most he's played in 2 or 3 weeks since the Syracuse game. And I'm looking at this, I think he played 30 some odd plus minutes. So I was just excited to see him back on the floor.
Go to Marcus.
First of all, could you give us a little explanation on the t-shirts?
17 all in, so we have 17 players. And again, when you have 14 new guys, you do everything you can to create chemistry, camaraderie, continuity, understanding, and it's just something that we talk about all the time. We have 17 guys, and if all 17 are all in, we're on the same mission and we're trying to go the same way. I would like to be the DMV all in particular the district all in, as we continue to try to get better with the organization. Again, when we play against Xavier on January 3rd, I think, you know, whenever that day is, whatever day it is, we got to try to create some home court advantage. We need everybody who's going to listen to this. You know, we need you, right? Because again, when we go on the road, when we got to go to Marquette, when we got to go to Connecticut and St. John's, there's going to be an edge in that building when Georgetown walks in, right? And we need to have that edge for when people walk in our building.
And for Thomas, 4 turnovers in the Seton Hall game, another 8 today. Are you noticing something on film? Maybe guys and teams are doing something different? Is it the digging that a lot of these teams are doing? Why is that number rising?
Well, I thought he had like 4 really bad ones. Some were like knocked out of his hand, off his leg. But that's, again, when you have a young player like that who's trying to develop, you got to let him make mistakes, right? You got to let your young guys make mistakes. And I don't know how much of those hurt us as it was, you know, hopefully in the next level game, those are not there. But when you're trying to develop young talent, you got to let some mistakes happen.
And for Malik, what was it like? How fun or how relieved was it just to be out on the floor? And for someone who had been out, you played extremely well.
Yeah, it was just fun to be back with the guys. I've been practicing a little bit throughout the week, so I still had my legs under me a little bit, but it was just more so fun just being back out there with the guys and getting our chemistry back up since I missed the last couple games.
Coach, could you talk about number 2's embrace of leadership? He's like directing people now, communicating after every play, being more like a lead guard.
Yeah, and I think that's something that he has to continue to grow at. I didn't see the way you're seeing it right now, right? I think he has to be more demonstrative in his approach, more demanding in his approach. When you're the point guard and the love point guard that Malik is and will definitely become better and better nationally, again, you know, I would say the best leaders don't ask. They demand because they're respected and they do the right thing. And right now Malik is growing more and more into that. But coming back to 17 all in, you know, it takes time for you to get to know your teammates. As much time as we spend with one another, it's 14 new guys is a lot. That's a lot.
And Caleb's, I think one of his traits, his positive traits, is that he doesn't really make mistakes, not glaring mistakes, like OS mistakes. Is that fair to say? And how is he coming along as a player?
Fair. I appreciate you saying that. He doesn't have too many OS mistakes, right? But I want him to be more physical, all right? He still has a long, long way to go with his development. the fact that he's played now 3 consecutive games at 25 or 26 plus minutes from where he was in his first game when I think he only played 7 or 8 minutes goes to tell you somebody who's bought into development, somebody who's patient with getting out there and then taking advantage of the minutes that are being given to him, right? Because I think he's earned every single one. And if the players trust you, the coaches will trust you more.
Let's go back to John Tysell and then we'll go to Jeremy Cooper.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned that you'd love to see the arena as full as possible in 2025. I was curious, any other New Year's resolutions, be it a healthy roster or a playoff win by your beloved Commanders or something else?
100%. I mean, I'm cheering like hell tomorrow for our Commanders. Coach Quinn, go get it, baby, go get it. We want that Commanders energy right here at Capital One Arena the following game. My wishes for the next year is always to stay healthy, stay committed to wellness, make sure you encourage your players, give them confidence to be better than they actually think they are, and ultimately get lucky. You know, if we can get lucky and is it the mega bucks that's something going on? What was it? Isn't it $1 billion out there somewhere?
Yeah.
No. I'm not trying to hit I already hit the lottery when I got married. I already hit the lottery, right? So, but if we can win, I'll take it. I'll take it, baby, right? I got an NIL deal for you too if we win. If we don't go to hell, let's win. Amen on that one. I'll be nice to everybody in this game. Malik, we got you, though. We got a little something.
That's a bet.
Sorry about that. I got sidetracked on that one right there.
That's a bet.
Caleb, you were a star in DC, and now you've kind of come in as this role player. You're getting 9 rebounds today. How much have you kind of taken on this role and pride in this role, being the guy that can do anything for this team?
Coach mentioned a lot, when I came in, it's hard for freshmen to play. And with the talent we have on this team, we don't need some guys to go out there and score another 20 points. So every time I get out there, the scoring will come, but I just go to get rebounds, make plays to help us win, and just do everything that won't show up on the stat sheet to help my team get an advantage.
And for you, Ed, you're a football guy. This kind of felt like into the second half where a team says, we're not throwing the ball, we're just going to run the ball. When you started getting it down to Thomas, getting to Drew, and they started dominating, was there a point we said, guys, we got to feed our bigs?
Absolutely. 1st and 10, we wanted to get 6 or 7 yards on every 1st and 10, so second down's a little bit easier, third down's a little bit easier. And, we thought we had an advantage in front of the rim, given that Thomas and Drew combined for 40 some odd and 20 some odd rebounds. That's where the advantage was, and you play inside out. So the football analogy is fair. The Big East games will be a lot more physical. So that's what we're trying to prepare for as Xavier is going to come in, right? They're a really, really good opponent, and we got our work cut out as the Big East gets ready to start.
Coach, you mentioned 14 new guys. You guys are already over the win total you had last year, and going into the later parts of the season, just how well is the team coming along, and how excited are you for the rest of the season?
I always say, the staff has done an incredible job evaluating talent to bring it in, not so much who can come to Georgetown, who can play for us, right? Are you tough? Are you connected? Are you emotionally dialed in? Do you have gratitude and appreciation, which is the ethos of the organization? So those are the things that are important to us. The fact that we eclipsed last year, we should. We should. That's growth and development of an organization, from Lee Reed to Dave Green to Joe Ferrara to Bob Gross. That's alignment, right? And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And we're just trying to earn the trust of people that, hey, we're trying to move our program forward, knowing that we were up against a lot. So I'm proud of our group. I still think the pivotal point with this group was at West Virginia. We lost the game, and I thought we really, really improved. I thought our identity shift happened like that. And it happened on the defensive end. They just happened to play at home. They made some shots, and we missed a couple. But I thought that was a pivotal point early in the season where our players said, "Oh, I think we could be okay." And that's coming off a loss. That normally doesn't happen.
All right, anyone else?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Stay safe.